This is a case about a scuba diving death and the deadly decisions that led to it. A man named Lee Allen paid $20,000 for the dive of a lifetime. Instead, this corporation took him diving into a storm, and when they got to the ocean floor, they decided to leave him there to die. This is Lee's wife, Andy. She is heartbroken over the death of her husband. But she's not here for your sympathy, ladies and gentlemen. She's here for your justice. You know, one of their favorite things to do as a married couple was scuba diving. So they wanted to spend their 5-year anniversary doing just that. And they trusted this corporation to get them ready and keep them safe. But instead, you'll hear that despite Lee Allen struggling on the easier dives, this corporation didn't stop him from going to the shipwreck at the ocean floor. You'll also hear that on the morning of that dive where Lee dies, Andy wakes up sick, so she can't go. It's at this point that the corporation faces a choice. Give them a refund, or break the rules. They decide to put Lee Allen in the water without his partner. And they sprint to the ocean floor. It gets darker and darker, the pressure starts building around them, and then the storm hits, and the currents pick up. An oceanological expert will tell you about these dangerous currents, that they started tossing the divers around like rag dolls. Listen from one of the other customers, how he gets slammed into the shipwreck and he almost loses his own life. A scuba diving expert will take the stand and tell you about the medical dangers of this dive, that it takes divers too deep, too fast. Then listen for the deadliest decision of all, because that expert will tell you that Lee was confused, suffering the symptoms of these dives, couldn't even tell up from down. At that moment, what he needs more than anything else is guidance. He needs the corporation to show him the way like they promised to. But with the storm raging, 170 feet down, darkness all around them, currents battering the boat, his guide makes the deadliest decision of all. He sends Lee alone into the shipwreck, where he dies. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jay Friedel, and along with my co-counsel, we represent the estate of Lee Allen. We're here charging the corporation with recklessness, with indifference to the value of Lee's life. We will show that the corporation is responsible for Lee's death. Now, there are 4 elements to recklessness: duty, breach, harm, and causation. And the judge will explain them all in detail, but it's important to remember that only 2 of those elements are contested. Because the corporation knows it was their duty to keep Lee safe, and they know that he died on their watch. So as we proceed with our case and prove to you breach and causation, I'd like you to keep the following 4 critical and uncontested facts in mind. Number 1, even in ideal conditions, this dive violates standards for safe scuba diving. Number 2, the conditions on this dive where Lee died were far from ideal. There was a storm. Number 3, the corporation knew this storm was coming. And number 4, Lee Allen died after being sent to swim through that shipwreck alone. At the end of today's trial, my co-counsel, Renata O'Donnell, will walk you through the corporation's deadly decisions. She'll remind you that they could have made the right choice. They could have told him he couldn't go and given him a refund. But instead, they made deadly decision after deadly decision until his death was all but inevitable. She'll ask you to find the